Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. We are on the way to the gym and we're training at a different gym, so I was like, we absolutely need to film a bit of a mic'd up session, and it's a session you've seen before. I did this in the first episode of the Prep Diaries, but I didn't really speak about what I'm doing in the session. I just kind of spoke about my whole program, so I'm like, you guys can come along and train with me for the day. And because the gym that we do currently train at the moment doesn't allow filming on a big ass camera anymore, we're trying to make the effort to go to a gym like this at least once a week so we can film content. Obviously it is a part of our jobs as well to film content for social media in a gym and, you know, educate our audiences and whatnot. So kind of killing two birds with one stone by filming some content for socials, but also filming a YouTube video for you guys. And it is the second leg day of my week, and this is a brutal one. We did this session last week on the weekend because we purposely went and trained at this gym and did this session. And I went into the session and I was like to Jackson, I'm not really sore after my sessions at the moment. Like, I don't know if I'm like training hard enough. I kind of want to annihilate my legs, and when I tell you my legs are annihilated, like I'm pretty sure my quads are still sore from the session. It was fucked, but it was such a good session. They have such good equipment at this gym as well. In particular, I've never used a prime leg extension, and that was by far the best my quads have ever felt on a leg extension. Like, I don't mind the other ones I've used because I've used them basically the whole time I've been training, but normally I feel a little bit more of my knee joints as well, whereas this I was like, oh my god, this is all quads, and I had the best quad pump, and I kind of gave wellness on that day. So I was like, this is a sleigh, let's go train here again. So we're going to do that session together again. Me and Jackson will be training together because his session is also somewhat similar, and I need moral support on the pendulum squats. And so does he. We're in week 5 of prep as well. And so far we're ticking along very, very nicely. I think I gave you a small update maybe in the last videos. My videos are all over the shop at the moment, so I couldn't tell you if I did. But the only adjustment I've had since the starting prep is my cardio got bumped up last week from 3 15-minute sessions a week to 3 20-minute sessions a week. So doing 60 minutes of cardio total across the week. Steps are still at 10K, food is still at 1500. Nothing else has changed. And with my check-in last week, I was thinking, like, you know, I had a feeling my coach was going to drop my food. Like, my body weight did drop, but it fluctuated a little bit, even though nothing had really changed in terms of, like, my protocols and my nutrition. But I definitely know that stress was a little bit higher last week, like external stresses, and I explained that to him in my check-in as well. But when he went over everything, looking at my photos, even just like my body weight average, as well as like the drop it had across the entire week, from like the Monday to the Sunday, he was like, you're very much on par with kind of where we need to be. He's got specific kind of like markers he's expecting me to hit. I don't know what they are, and I think it's a good thing that he doesn't tell me, because otherwise there's like, I put the pressure on myself to make sure I get there. But based on what he's kind of put down and what he's laid out the plan to be on his end, he's pretty happy with where I'm at and very much ticking along and progressing in a way I should, and even potentially a little bit ahead of where I need to be right now, which is a good thing. So he didn't make any changes, so still doing the same thing. Today I'm just training, going to do some posing. I'm not going to do any cardio today, and I've got one more cardio session for the week, so I'm just going to leave that for Friday, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see y'all in the gym.
Starting off with the first exercise, I got pendulum squats. When I did these last week, I did 20 kilos for 15 reps. Then I did 30 for 8 and then 30 for 9. Now, because this is a different pendulum to what I was doing at World Gym, the depth I get on this is a lot more, and it's absolutely a lot more unforgiving, this exercise. So I was kind of basing off my intensity from when I was in Bali earlier this year, because I had the same pendulum squat, and I worked up to I think like 30 kilos when we were away. This was also mid-build, and I only got like 4 reps. So to be able to get 30 kilos for 8 and 9, 5 weeks into prep, after not doing this specific pendulum squat in like, was it like 4 months, I was pretty happy with. So going to keep the weight the same again this week and see if I can aim for at least 8 to 10 reps. That is rep range, 3 sets. And I'm going to have Jackson here for moral support, because your girl needs it. Your girl needs it. And it's cold as shit. So, you know, it's really cold when I'm wearing a full tracksuit to train. I hate the feeling of like clothing on me when I train. Like, it like gives me the ick. But I'm so cold and I want my joints to be warm when I do this.
wife's a bitch and she pussy pop. No why, cause I got her open. That pussy stoking. Fuck is you promoting? If you claim you rich, you hate it like you live and clean. I'ma back down niggas with the blue bag. Introduce you niggas to the new swag. Niggas say a nigga blew a blue bag. I'm so stupid with all these new ads. I'm so stupid with all this new cash. $1,000 bills just to hold my ball. All I ever do is let my juice set. I say, pop gone, but the juice back. Get the popcorn, juice snacks. It's a movie, nigga, with a new cash.
What happened, bro?
I don't know.
You had that. You just mentally.
I know. Now you heard the boss. He said I mentally tapped out, and he's not wrong about it. Still got 10, but the goal of this set is to not mentally tap out or anything. I definitely dislike training in like a full kit, but it's cold, and my knees don't like me when it's cold. Going into this set, the goal is just to not mentally tap out and take it one rep at a time, not looking at the amount of reps I need to get. Yes, I want to get at least 8 to 10, but just not putting that expectation to get it, just more so complete one rep at a time. Repeat that process until you basically can't anymore.
It's a movie, nigga, with a new cast. Get the news flash, it's the truth back. This is boom back, it's the new rap. Look at all the niggas that I blew past. Go by air to the new rag. Nigga, make way for the new jack.
Legs. Yeah.
It's Mr. Pistol Popper screaming fuck a copper. I just bought a crispy chopper, finna fuck your blocker. Even crack the pavement, that's the niggas hating. I've been impatiently waiting to show you niggas Satan. All the talk of Illuminati ain't got a clue about me. Bitch, I'm trill Illuminati and got my crew behind me. Shooters round me, the looters round me. Keep a tool around me, and keep you food from round me.
Owies. I'm at the point in this deficit already where I look back at myself doing like certain exercises and I'm in pure shock at what like my legs look like and just a lot of my muscles are looking like. It's interesting, like the more times I've done build phases and deficit phases, obviously the goal is to improve or to bring an improved physique each time, and obviously there's a big goal at hand right now. Doing this for a bodybuilding competition and there's a specific look we're going for, but to see the sort of leanness come through as quickly as it has this time round, and it's gotten quicker and quicker kind of each time because I've got better at building each time. Like the first deficit phase I did properly when I did my first photo shoot, like I'd say probably by week 8 to week 10 of that 12-week phase, this is kind of what I was starting to look like, obviously with a little bit less muscle. And then the second photo shoot prep I did, I'd say probably by week 6 to week 8 was when I started to see lines and cuts and things like that, like this. And now I'm at the point where I'm in week 5 now, and I'm seeing all these lines and cuts and definition come through so quickly. And, you know, the body weight I'm at right now is where I was kind of, it's probably like 2 or 4 weeks out of my last deficit phase. So like to see I've got into this position as quickly as I have and been able to maintain good conditioning in that last build as well is huge, and just really, really cool to see it kind of all pay off when I'm doing exercises and, you know, taking photos and things like that and documenting my journey, because you don't realize how far you've come until obviously you look back and I'm like, holy fuck, you've made some progress, bitch, which is pretty fucking cool. That set was much better. Jackson's currently going at the moment. Psyching. Yeah, there's a bit of head noise present, not gonna lie, but we push through, put some music on and drown it out. It's usually what I like to do in my training sessions, but it's good. One thing I really like about this gym, they have fucking good music, which you probably won't be able to hear because I have to mute it so I don't get copyrighted, but they play some good fucking tunes. I have to give them that. So I've just got 2 sets on this. I've done 2 warm-ups. With the warm-ups, when I get to these sets, it's just more so to feel the weight and just make sure, you know, technique and all that looks good. So I did 1 warm-up set of like 5 or 6 reps with 100. Then I did 150 for about 4 or 5 reps. And now I'm going 200 for my first set. When you're doing your warm-up sets, the aim isn't to like gas yourself out when you're doing them. You want to warm up your body for the movement you're about to perform, which is generally going to be on that first sort of exercise. And then as you get later in the session, like Obviously, if I just put on 200 kilos on this leg press, I'd fucking like crumble. Like that's just too heavy to go straight off the bat, and I wouldn't really get a good quality first set in. So I warm up to it to feel the weight, to get my body prepared for the heavier weight, but I'm not doing it to gas myself up. So I'm doing like 4 to 6 reps to warm up to it. And now I'm going into my first set. So last week I got 200 kilos for 10 and 9. I actually got that the week before as well. So I'm going to be aiming for more reps here. I've just got 2 sets at 8 to 12. So it's a larger rep range. It's enough room for me to really progress with this weight and really make sure I'm getting the most out of every single set. So I'm not really looking to increase weight yet because I want to be hitting that rep range first and pulling out the big cut because I can wear these on the pendulum squat, they don't fit. So they are on for the rest of the session.
I see dead people, I need dead people. Lord, pretty Flacco, bitch, I be head people. Nailing kiss the ring, all hail the king. Long live ASAP, put that on everything.
Fuck. This is a different feeling machine to the one I normally do at World Gym, so it's fucking heavier. Like, I don't think it says the actual weight on here, but fucking feels so much heavier than the one at World Gym. So I did match the same weight I did. I did get less reps last week, so I'm just gonna go off what I did last week and aim for more. This is a conversation I'm having with a lot of clients lately about, you know, either training in different gyms or if like a weight doesn't feel as light or as easy as it might normally feel. To remember at the end of the day, when it comes to building muscle, building your physique, or a physique that looks like you train, your muscles don't know the number of weight you're lifting. Like, it's not like 1 week, oh, you lifted 200 last week, next week you lifted 150, like we're gonna get small now. It goes off how it feels. It goes off the amount of tension you're placing on the muscles. So say if you do a different machine, maybe the weight's a little bit lighter, but you know you push close to failure or you got to failure, you maintain great technique and those last few reps are slowing down, that is still going to create a change and an adaptation in your body and your muscles in order to change and grow and do all the things. It doesn't know the number, it just knows the amount of effort you're putting in. So don't stress so much about the numbers. And like, it's easier said than done. I used to stress so much about the numbers and I do still try and aim for number targets. And it's great to have these performance goals, but don't let that dictate whether or not you actually apply yourself in the set, because it's either heavier or lighter or whatever it may be compared to the last week or the last program. The thing is with this, like, I am technically doing lighter on the pendulum squat than the one I do at World Gym. But you can actively see in those sets, I'm giving it my all. I'm not walking away from the sets thinking, could I have done more? It's like, I know I gave those sets my 110% effort, just like I would if I was doing 80 kilos or 70 kilos at World Gym. So don't let the number dictate your efforts. It's like you go into a set, give it your all, no matter what weight is on there. And that's going to determine whether or not you make progress towards your physique goals or not. This leg press, squat press is brutal, fucking brutal. Thank God that's over. That's all my big 10-pound lifts done. And if I can get through those sets, I'm basically like cruising for the rest of the session. I've just got leg extension, calf raise, and dead bugs. So once I complete pendulum and squat press, I'm like, I'm a human, I can conquer the day. But in the lead up to it, anxiety is through the roof.
Who the jiggy nigga with the gold link? Got me reminiscing about my old days. 3-6 suck a nigga dick, no foreplay. All day, booming out the trap through the hallway. Tell me what you niggas know about it. Auntie saying turn it down, or she finna call a cop. Leave it potting on the eye, she the one who got the job. It's a free quick fix to the, and it's okay. They gon' take me back to my old ways. I was trying to chill, pop the sales, the best since I got a deal. Kick it with my model chick, thick Chris, fuck niggas wanna dish. Now I gotta let them know it's really true. Love pretty Flacco Jordan. Dirty fuck niggas, how you been? Just niggas so fine, every now and then. On the south, getting style, downtown, got a deal.
It's actually wild. I was thinking about this yesterday. So I was wearing tight to the gym yesterday, and it's funny because probably, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, I never used to wear shorts. Never is a strong word. I very rarely wore shorts. Like I would probably wear them in the summer when I was really hot because I was also like a hybrid girl at the time. So I would wear shorts if I was doing like cardio or something, but I honestly used to really avoid wearing any type of short. And at the time, I was just like, I'm just a tough girly, like I don't like wearing shorts. It's uncomfortable, but the truth of that was everyone has to wear my legs. I was actually, growing up, like really like my biggest insecurity. I always had like a really, really big leg, which when you look back, it's like, you always think you're bigger than you actually were. Or at least in my case, I believed I was bigger than I actually was. It's very like the thigh gap when I was a teenager, like the body just more feels flat. And I used to always avoid wearing shorts, and I would only say in the last probably like year or two, I've really only just started wearing shorts. And I literally hate how I look in tights. I feel like I look small in tights. I feel like I look so much bigger in shorts. And obviously because you can see so much more of my definition of shorts. And it's just interesting to how much your perception of yourself can change over time. And then you look back, like you kind of understand why you avoided certain things. And at the time, you know, you're probably very in denial of how you're feeling like at the time. I did tell myself I was confident, you know, I didn't give a shit about things like I gave the biggest fucking shit about how I looked and all these things. And it wasn't coming from a place of like, I care about how I look, so I want to feel my best, look my best. Like, yeah, I care about how I look, but it's coming from a place of like, I know I get to do all these things, I get to build myself, I get to show myself what I'm capable of, whereas in the past is very negative, very like, driven, very like, if I don't look good, who's going to like me, who's going to love me, you know, if I look like shit, I'm never going to make stuff that sort of stuff. And like, I was always so in denial with it. Whereas looking back now, I'm like, I can absolutely think that was the case. And yeah, it's just really interesting because I never would have dated myself as someone who was afraid to wear the shorts, but looking back now, I absolutely was afraid of how I was and confident in my body at the time. Whereas now I'm like, well, I'll wear whatever, like I don't really care. It's just really interesting to go through that phase.
I ain't never looking for no handouts. Broke ass niggas never helping with their hands out. Find out where the fuck nigga live that we camp out. Screaming fuck the world, never catch me with my pants down. Always been a stand up guy, rather stand out. Rap Simmons stand swim position with my bands out. I'm the trillest wanna do it since pimp, nigga hands down. If a nigga put his hands on me, that's a man down. Trick what? Pimps up, hoes down, hold down, slow down. See they running with my old style. Profile, gold smell, you old now. Thugging with my old style. It's a shame how they low down. Dirty like Adidas on my sneaker feature. Trapping through the speaker, beat the beeper ringer. Turning off phones just to reach him, gotta beep him. I'm a lord, motherfucker, better greet him if you see him. Lord, pretty Flacco Jordan. Dirty fuck niggas, how you been? Crushing 9 miles, niggas so down every now and then. On the south, getting style 9 times out of 10.
Training calves. The sensation I get training calves to failure or close to failure, like when I know I've reached close to failure, is when it feels like I'm about to shit myself. Like genuinely shart, fart, shit everywhere. And it's fucking so feral because like I'm like, do I actually need to do a poo or is my calves just so much? I'll take a leg extension burn over a calf raise burn any day. Do the final exercise, which is dead bugs. We love a bit of core work. Nah, it's good to include some core work. Like I obviously need it for overall like core control, managing that obviously for stage purposes, but training abs and core are probably my least favorite thing to do. It's just a bit boring, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like you kind of, I just gotta do it because I have to do it, but I'm not doing it because I really want to do it. But we get it done nonetheless. It's just 2 sets of 20 to 24 reps of dead bugs. I'm pretty sure I hit 24 last week. for both sets, so I'll probably just progress the reps where I can. Main thing when I am doing this, because I feel like when it comes to core work, people really mistake the purpose behind it. It's like you still want to focus on controlling your breathing, you still want to focus on using your core and stabilizing your core, not just moving your arms and your hips, because a lot of people be like, oh, my hips hurt and things like that. It's like, yeah, because you're moving your hip flexors, you're not actually engaging your core when you're doing it. So making sure I'm drawing my belly button down towards my spine, keeping myself in that sort of crunch position, thinking like ribs to pelvis, and not letting my back or lower back arch, because that's when it's just all your hip flexors doing the work, and then that's why your core isn't strong, or you don't need to do all these ab circuits and shit like that. Like, that's not going to be building your abs. It's just like any other muscle group. You can build the muscle, but at the same time, you also need your diet and your nutrition in order to reveal that. So you can't have one without the other. I feel like such a good
Turning off phones just to reach and gotta beep 'em. I'm a lord, motherfucker, better greet 'em if you see 'em. Love pretty like a Jordan.
Absolutely feral. I dislike them a lot. We've got one more set to do of them, and then me and Jackson are going to film some contentino as well. Content here. And then wrap up my day of training before going home and doing some work.